Hello, friends. All right. So, welcome. It is day 2 of our incentive trip, which means that we are already one full day into the 6 months of earning an incentive trip. And I know that you are probably here because you're like, oh my gosh, it's Vanessa. Hey. So, hello. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. But also, even if you don't think you can earn this trip, I want you to just watch this training really quick because chances are you can earn this trip. I'm telling you, as someone who, oh God, I sound like a man with my voice. I lost it at SFR. Anyways, but as someone who used to sell 115 sales every 3 months, to someone who barely squeaked by with 500 PRV every month, to someone who really struggled to hit 1,000 PRV every single month, to someone who now has earned several incentive trips, who also has earned annual sales excellence in the last 3 years. I'm telling all of you all of this because I am I used to be where you are probably at right now. So if you struggle with sales, if you struggle to grow a team, if you struggle to be paid at title, been there, done that. And if I can get through that, you can too. Literally anyone can. If you want to achieve something, if there is someone else who has done it, that means it's possible. That means you can do it. You might have to change some things. You might have to change your mindset and how you show up and what you prioritize, and you might have to make some sacrifices, but I'm 100% promising you that it can happen. So let's get talking about this incentive, guys, because it is so very important. It's truly very important. So what I'm going to do is, no, not that. Please don't mind me while I try to figure this out, but I want to share my screen. There we go. Okay. So let me go ahead and share this with you. All right. So if you were to go into your workstation, log in and go over to these 3 bars right here under where it says more, you'll see incentives. So click on that and it's going to bring you right over here. If you look at this overview, it's going to show you about what's happening with this incentive trip. So the Scentsy incentive trip for 2024, you are having 3 options. And of course, we have these super cutesy little videos that you can watch up there. And they're super exciting. So if you haven't yet, I highly recommend taking the time just to watch those because it's super inspiring. And I remember sitting at SFR watching this happen last week and just being blown away, trying to figure out where we were going. So if you go down here, just give it a little scroll. We have 3 levels of this incentive trip that you can earn. And I'm telling you, even if you are a brand new consultant that just joined, even if you just joined a year ago, even if you barely sell anything at all right now, you can still earn an incentive trip. Anyone, literally anyone can earn this incentive trip. It is not just for leaders. It is not just for the top 10% of the company. It is not just for new people. It is not for any specific person. Anyone can earn a trip. So let's look into this. So level 1, earn a 2-piece set of Scentsy luggage. I'll tell you guys, I have this piece of luggage, and it is wonderful. It's hard cased. It's branded with Scentsy on it. I've used it on several trips. It is amazing. So what you'll need is 15,000 points, and 500 of those 15,000 points need to be sponsoring points. So what the heck is a sponsoring point? That's points that you gain from people that join your team or that promote up with your team. But we'll touch on that in just a minute. So just put a clip in it. Next is level 2, earn a trip for 1 to Oahu, Hawaii. Hello, can we just take a second to talk about that? Your girl's been to Hawaii twice now. Okay, been to Oahu. I went 10 days after I graduated college for a solo week-long trip for my first time seeing the ocean. And I went again in 2020, January, before the world was shut down. Kevin and I went for Scentsy's leadership event. I will tell you that Oahu is one of my favorite places on the entire planet, with some of the bluest waters, whitest sands. You are going to have the most fresh seafood of your life. I'm not joking, that tuna legit melts in your mouth. The produce is going to ruin produce for you. I can never eat a mango and be the same again. I eat mangoes and pineapples and all that stuff at home here in Cleveland. It doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like water compared to that. So, life-changing food, life-changing sceneries, amazing things to do. We've snorkeled with sea turtles. I've gone surfing. I've hiked up volcanoes. I've had some of the best food of my life there. And I ask Kevin on the regular, can we go back to Hawaii? All the time. I'm like, can we just go back to Hawaii? I want to go back like every 5 years of my life because it is so amazing and outrageously expensive. I'll tell you guys, 2020, my each flight was I think $800 or $900. If you earn this, Scentsy's paying for that. Hotels and stuff when we went. Airbnb is what I did the first time around. We did hotel with Scentsy and leadership back in 2020, and that was like $1,300 for less than a week. So, like, listen to me when I tell you that it's really expensive to go to Hawaii for a good reason. It's a beautiful place, but if you can experience it on Scentsy's dime where they pay for this for you, I cannot recommend it enough. Absolutely take advantage of that because it is insane how beautiful Hawaii is. Next up, so earn a trip for one to Oahu, Hawaii, or Orlando, Florida for SFR 2024. Now, SFR is what we just got back from, that Scentsy family reunion, and it's life-changing. It is going to change your life. It is going to change your business. It is going to change your outlook on a whole lot of things. And it's going to be in Orlando, which means that, and Scentsy has already announced this, on the first day, we have an opening event. So we kind of have it like a little after party. So in the past, we just did one at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. We've rented out and done private concerts. We've had all sorts of fun stuff. But this year, for Orlando 2024's SFR, we are going to have after hours access, which means the park is closed and we get to hang out there. Only Scentsy consultants, no others like people that are just like the general public. Only Scentsy consultants, private after hours access to Universal Studios. Guys, this is legit an experience you cannot buy. Like, you can't buy this. You would not experience this without Scentsy. So, just to give you a little touch of how magical that will be, you will have your choice of Hawaii or Orlando as your incentive trip if you earn the trip for one, which is level 2. To do that, you're going to need 33,000 points with 5,400 of those being sponsoring points. And let's not drop down too far to level 3. Now, this is where my sights are set. This is going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you, but it is going to be so worth it. And the amount that your business grows when you push for these huge, scary goals is astronomical. So to earn level 3, this is a trip for 2. So you're going to get everything in level 2, and then you're going to get a +1. So for me, I want to earn Hawaii for myself, my +1 being Kevin, obviously. And for you, that's your spouse, that's your significant other, that's maybe your mom, your a sibling, maybe it's a cousin, maybe it's a best friend, someone else that you get to have these crazy, amazing experiences with. And again, your choice of Hawaii or Orlando for SFR. And last but not least, set your sights high for the top 50. The top 50 earners who have the most points out of the entire achievers is going to have a lifetime trip to Bora Bora, each person getting their own private cabana on the water. Whoa, can we just say? So let's just take a second really quick. I want to talk to you guys about for a second just about incentive trips because this is important. So I have been on multiple incentive trips. My first one being Disney in 2016. So I attended my very first SFR in Vegas, 2015. I was a lead consultant. I was barely squeaking by with 500 PRV a month, if that. Okay, just to give you guys some insight. Went to SFR, got my pants inspired, inspired my socks off, if you will, and it was wild. It changed everything for me. It changed my mindset. It changed who I was as a human being. Like, truly made me realize for the first time in my life that if all of these people could show up as their most authentic selves, maybe I could too. For the first time in my life, I felt like I could be myself and people might actually love me. We won't go into how jacked up that is, but just to give you an idea of the weight of how amazing SFR can be. So I went there. They announced the trip. They say, our next incentive trip is going to be Walt Disney World. And most of you probably don't know. Maybe you do. But my dad passed when I was 5, and he was a massive Disney lover. Loved Disney, loved like all of the childlike wonder and the innovation. He was just a huge Disney fan. So naturally, growing up, I was obsessed with Disney. I was obsessed with the movies. I was obsessed with the TV shows, obsessed with Walt Disney World. And it was something I had always dreamed of. Mind you, I was 19 at the time and had never gone and probably was never going to, because in my mind, I was in college to go be a teacher, and teachers don't make a lot of money. So I'd never be able to afford Walt Disney World. And here it was right in front of me, an opportunity to go make my dad's dream come true of taking me to Walt Disney World. He had taken my older siblings, but was never able to take me before he got sick and passed away. So this to me was huge. This was an opportunity to make that dream come true. And I vowed to myself, I will do whatever it takes to make this happen. And I'll tell you guys, I promoted to star and to superstar consultant that fall because I was going to do whatever it took. So if Hawaii is a lifetime dream of yours, make it happen. Even if it's not your lifelong dream, vow to make it happen, my friends, because it's going to be amazing. So we go to Walt Disney World. I've gone with Scentsy to Walt Disney World 2 times. Once by myself with my friend at the time. And the second time was with my sister and her 2 daughters. Again, my sister's a single mother with 2 kids. She would have never been able to afford Walt Disney World. I'm telling you, she's even told me, she's like, I never could have afforded this trip. There's no way. Absolutely not. And here I am taking these people to Walt Disney World. And both times, Scentsy had closed down the parks for either late night or early access to different parks where it was only Scentsy consultants, right? Amazing. It's unlike anything, and I'm a huge Disney fan still. It's unlike any way you'll experience Disney on your own. Literally experiences that you cannot purchase on your own. Now, let's talk about some of the other trips I've taken. So Kevin and I did a Caribbean cruise in 2018. We went through Haiti, Jamaica, and Mexico and took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And let me tell you guys, we go on these cruises. I've never cruised before. And you go, they pay for the cruise. It covers all of your food. We bought in an alcohol package. It takes care of all of your tips and everything. They give you money for transportation to and from the airport, or they take care of transportation for you. They will pay for your flight there and back. And then on top of that, they paid for our excursions. Like they gave us specific excursions that were paid for by Scentsy. So if we wanted to do extra, we could, but if not, it was totally okay. Covered by Scentsy. And then on top of that, they gave us spending money to cover things like if we checked a bag or if we wanted to buy extra things while we were off at port. It was phenomenal. So that was an amazing experience. Next up was the next cruise we did, which was last summer, Alaska. Guys, Alaska was a bucket list trip for myself and for Kevin. And I'll tell you, holy cow, I think about it every single day. I'm not even joking. Every single day I think about Alaska. The most beautiful. I thought Hawaii was the most beautiful place. Then I went to Alaska and it just wrecked my whole world. But I love them both dearly. So 2 of my most favorite places, both experienced and in love with, thanks to Scentsy. So here we were, Alaska. We go on a 7-day, 7-night cruise. We go through Seattle to 3 stops in Alaska, 1 stop in British Columbia, and then back into Seattle. Guys, they paid for every single one of our excursions. They paid for us to take a gondola ride up a mountain to see everything. They paid for us to do whale watching, where we saw humpback whales on small boats with a handful of other Scentsy consultants only, right? Then we had spending money per diem to spend on food or whatever else. They took care, again, of the flights, transportation. They took care of all of the food and all of the tips while we were on the cruise itself. They had a welcoming ceremony, which was a private party in the front of the boat for Scentsy consultants. They had a farewell dinner where they had like all these desserts and food and live music, just for Scentsy consultants, guys, okay? And they rented out the part of the boat again. We had so many other fun things to do. We had an incredible time in Alaska between all of our different things. Kevin and I hiked up a glacier. We saw whales. We walked through the Bouchard Gardens, which was something else that Scentsy had taken care of. And in case you don't know me, I'm a huge plant person. So that was wild, life-changing, astronomical. They also paid for us to go on the Yukon White Pass Railroad. So that is a train in Skagway, Alaska that takes you all the way up a mountain into Canada and all the way back down. That was Kevin's highlight of his whole trip. It was outstanding, spending time. And then finally, we just went on our New York City incentive trip. So this time we had our choice. Kevin and I have been to New York one other time, and we vowed that we wanted to go back in spring. Just so happens that Scentsy was like, hey, here's one of your options, New York City in springtime. And guys, it was phenomenal. Kevin and I love New York. We are very big foodies. We come from fine dining backgrounds as far as restaurants experience goes. And we went a day early. We celebrated our 6-year anniversary, went to a Michelin star restaurant, dropped a fat penny on dinner. But Scentsy covered everything else. Like truly, guys, they give you spending money. They take care of the hotel. They take care of your flights. They take care of transportation to and from the hotels. They are going to just spoil you rotten. So we had a welcome dinner with our very small group with Dan Orchard and the rest of our home office staff. They give us a welcome dinner. They take care of, they gave us so we did as a group, we went on a bus tour and then we went on walking tours and we got to choose which part of New York we did that with our small Scentsy groups. Then they gave us a 2-day New York pass. This covers all of the touristy stuff you want to do in New York. And they said, hey, here's a 2-day pass, unlimited, do whatever you want and customize this trip to whatever you want to see and do, which was perfect because Kevin and I have already gone. So there were things that we haven't seen before. And if you know New York, you can't go just one time. You have to go multiple times to see all of the things. Finally, they finished us off with a closing ceremony. We went to a dinner. They rented out the basement of an entire restaurant for us. Then they bought everyone Hamilton tickets on Broadway. So we all, as a group, had dinner and go to Hamilton. How amazing was that? It just so happens that Dan had messaged me the day before our closing ceremony, and we all got to hang out. So it was Dan, myself, Kevin, Christina Stainbrook, Candy Hine, her husband, and then a few other home office staff like Michaela and Heather Bushman from events. We had Hunter from security. We all went out to dinner together. We walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was phenomenal. Guys, it was just such an amazing trip. And every single night on any incentive trip that you go on, they're going to give you room drops. These, there is nothing that gives me more childlike wonder than a room drop. So what that is when you are on an incentive trip, when you go out for the day, they are going to leave you gifts in your hotel, wherever you're staying. So whether it's a hotel or you're on a cruise or wherever, you're going to leave for the day. You're going to go do whatever it is that either you have planned for yourself or Scentsy has planned for you. And then you come back to your room and you get this, it's like going to bed before Christmas. Like you're leaving for the day and you're like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to get when I come back. And then it's almost like that you wake up Christmas morning, you have this gleam in your eyes and you're so excited to see what's under that Christmas tree. And that's the same feeling you get every day of the incentive trip because you come back to the room and you're like, oh, there's a gift waiting for me on my bed. You open up that door and you go running to it because you can't wait to see what thoughtful gift they have put together. And every single one of them comes with these cute little messages. Let me see if I actually have one. I should have brought some over here so I could show you some of the gifts that we've gotten over the years, but they're very thought out. They come with little messages. They are so wonderful. And I'm not going to lie, that's one of my favorite parts is just getting the gifts. And I'm not a gift lover. I don't love receiving gifts. That's not my love language, but there is something magical about these room drops. So that is kind of just a gist of what you'll experience on an incentive trip. So Hawaii, guys, experiencing Hawaii through Scentsy. I'm just so excited because I've been to Hawaii twice now and I haven't been as an incentive trip. And I just can't wait to see all the things they have up in their sleeves for, group outings and individualized stuff and room drops, so many amazing things. So let's get back to it. Now that I've got you all excited, let's look at some points. So if you look at this incentive page, you can go over to track your progress. And this is going to show you, first of all, let's just talk about this. We all start at 0. Superstar directors, the top 1% of the company, everyone starts at 0. I start at 0. So I'm just letting you know I'm right there with you. If you have 0 points, I also have 0 points. We are on the same incentive trip with the same points, with the same starting point and the same ending point. So there's no way that you can say, oh, well, Vanessa has an easier time earning this trip. Or, well, Vanessa has this, Vanessa has that. Don't, stop, cut it out. Everyone starts at 0. You have the same opportunity that I do. All right, so this track your progress, you can come to this at any point during the next 6 months, and it's going to show you how many points you have, how many sponsoring points you have. It will break down for you how much PRV and how, like, all of your new points that are coming together. It'll have little circles here to show you how far you are. And of course, I'm here if you need any help. Now, if you come over to how to earn, this is going to show you guys how we're going to make this happen. And again, I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be hard. You are going to have to push yourself beyond the limits that you have worked before. So maybe you think that working your Scentsy business, you're like, oh, I do push myself. This is going to take it a step further. But what it's going to do, what is going to come out of this, you are going to have to push beyond the limits that you've created yourself. You are going to doubt yourself, and you're going to have to work past that. You are going to want to quit at least once while you're working towards this trip. And that is what I want you to do is I want you to find someone else, not me. I love you and I will cheer you on and I will support you through this. However, I will not be in the same boat as you. So you need to find someone who is in a similar spot than you are. Maybe someone else who's never earned an incentive trip, or maybe someone that's at a similar title than you, or someone who's at a similar place in their business that you are at. And connect with them. Create an accountability partner. Find someone or even a small group of people. Create a Facebook group chat. Label it Incentive Earners 2023 or 2024, whatever you want to do. Name it something cool. Hype each other up. Share ideas. Talk about what you're doing today to show up for your business. Talk about your struggles. Those times when you want to quit, that's when you lean on your people. Those times when you're doubting yourself, lean on your people. Those times when you have limiting beliefs, lean on your people and let them lean on you back, because we really are better together, guys. So I'm telling you, that is what helped me so much last year, and finding your people really makes a difference. So let's get into the nitty gritties. Qualification period started yesterday. It is going until 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, January 31st. So you have a full 6 months to make this happen. And here's the thing, guys. I want you to work towards this, even if you don't think you're going to earn this trip, because it is going to grow your business. Even if you don't earn the trip, your business is going to grow simply because you tried. And even if you do earn the trip, the real reward is at how much your business grows because you tried to earn this trip, or because you did earn this trip. Regardless, you're going to see business growth. It's going to pad your pockets. It's going to last beneficials way beyond just the 6 months. So before you pack your bags, here's a look at how to earn enough points to reach your goal. Psst, we have put a dark purple star next to the ones that count towards required sponsoring points. So you're going to gain 1 point for every PRV that you earn in August, September, October, November, December, and January. Every PRV is going to give you 1 point. Next up, if you attend World Tour in 2024 in person, no matter which location you physically go to, you will receive 500 points. Again, World Tour is like a mini SFR. It is going to inspire you, help you revamp your business, whether that is in January or February, whenever they do it. But World Tour is super beneficial to your business, and it gives you an extra 500 points. So why would you not attend? Next up, PRV consistency. If you sell 1,000 PRV or more for 5 out of the 6 months, you will gain an additional 1,500 points. I'm telling you, if you want to earn this trip, you're going to have to sell at least 1,000 PRV every single month. Now stop. You might be thinking to yourself, I can't do that. That's too much. That's too high. I can't maintain that. I'm just going to quit now. I'm going to stop watching. Do not stop before you even try. Here's the thing, guys. This is meant to push you. This is meant to be uncomfortable. But again, we don't grow in our comfort zones. So we have to step outside of that. We got to step outside the limiting belief. You have to forget your doubts from yesterday and beyond. Forget your failures and successes from yesterday and beyond, because today is a new day and you are a new person who can do hard things. like selling 1,000 PRV every single month for the next 5 out of the 6 months. It's going to gain you an extra 1,500 points, and it would be silly to miss out on those. All right. Next up, if you are a brand new consultant in your first 70 days, you can earn the Sensational Start levels. There is Sensational Start level 1, 2, and 3. You are going to gain points by earning each of those levels. So again, if you're a brand new consultant, this applies to you. Make sure you're hitting those Sensational Start levels because 1, it's going to increase your PRV, and 2, it's going to get you more trip points. All right. Next up here, we have personal promotions. So again, you can go to your workstation at any time and see what your current title is. When you promote, you are going to gain points for each of these promotions. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. You are going to earn a promotion simply by working towards this incentive, more likely than not. Okay? So, what I'm also going to tell you is this. I am a director. That's this one right here. Okay. This is just being realistic. This is not being negative. I will likely not promote this season. And I did not promote last year or the year before. And I earned an incentive without any promotion points. So it is possible. But what I'm also going to tell you is this. If you are here or here, you have a lot more promotion points that you can earn than I will. So if you are a brand new consultant, whether you are essential, certified, or a lead, or even star, or even superstar, guys, you have more promotion points to earn than I do. So you can use that to help you get from where you are to where you need to be to earn this trip. So think about it this way. The more you promote, the more points you'll have, the more likely you are to earn this trip. So again, you new consultants have a great chance of earning this because you have so many opportunities to gain points by personal promotions. Now, promoting is great, but we got to keep up that consistency. So here we have activity bonuses. When you get paid at rank for the following titles, you will gain points. So for example, if you are a lead consultant, in order to be paid at rank, you will need 1,000 GWV, 1 active frontline, and 500 PRV minimum. If you hit that in 1 month, you will gain an additional 100 points. Now, if you are a star consultant, and again, this will show up in your workstation. If you are a star consultant, you will need a minimum of 500 PRV plus 2 active frontline plus 2,500 GWV in order to be paid at title that month. This is a monthly thing, so it resets each month. You have to achieve it each month, and you'll gain this amount of points each month. Superstar, you guys are going to need 6,000 GWV, 3 active frontline, and a minimum of 500 PRV in order to be paid at title that month. This will give you 500 points per month that you are paid at title. Same, we'll go director even. You're going to need 10,000 GWV, 3 active frontline, and a 500 PRV minimum to get the 1,000 points per month every month that you are paid at title. So not only do we want to promote, we also want to be paid at title. You do not get paid at title for certified because you have to have a team in order to be paid at title and promote beyond lead and above. Okay? So again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going over all of this with you, and then I'm going to do a points breakdown so you guys can see this in real life. Next up, sponsor and earn Sensational Start. So this specific incentive trip is very, very, very heavily focused on you bringing on new team members, recruiting new people to join your team. You are going to gain the most points if you focus heavy on sponsoring new team members. So here we have a great opportunity for points. If you promote someone, so if you have someone join your team, that makes them a frontline. So if someone personally enrolls under you, they are your frontline. You are going to gain points for each frontline consultant who earns Sensational Start levels 1, 2, or 3 between August 1st and January 31st. So they must join at some point. They have to join, before January 31st, and they must earn Sensational Starts between August 1st and January 31st. If they earn in February, it will not help you. So make sure that it's happening in that time frame. Next up, So again, if you help your new team members, you're going to want to focus on recruiting new team members. Then you're going to want to focus on helping them earn sensational starts, level 1, 2, or 3. Again, familiarize yourself with what that means if you don't already know. But when you help them, you're helping them build a strong foundation to a business. You are giving back to them. And like I always like to say, when you give to others, good deeds will come back to you. When you give good to others, good deeds will come back to you. When you help them build their business, good things are going to come back to you right now in the form of points. All right. Now, let's say you have some people on your team right now that joined before August 1st this year. And if they are essential consultants, which means they have not yet sold 1,000 PRV and lifetime PRV, they can promote to certified, which is 1,000 PRV over their lifetime. When they hit certified, if it happens between August 1st and January 31st, you will gain 250 points per person. All right, now let's go over here to frontline promotions to certified. Again, we want to focus on those new team members. We want to help them hit sensational start, and we also want to help them promote to certified. So if you have one person that you recruit between August 1st and January 31st, and that person they certify. So they promote to their first promotion, which is certified, you're going to get 1,000 points. Now, let's say you recruit a second person, and that person also promotes to certified. Because you've had two of them, this person is going to have 1,500 points for you. Now, let's say you do it again. This third person that you've recruited and they promote to certified before January 31st, you're going to get 2,000 points for this person. So that's going to give you a total of 4,500 points if you have 3 people that promote to certified that you recruit between August 1st and January 31st, and they promote between August 1st and January 31st. Now, every person beyond that is going to be 2,000 per person. So the more people you recruit, the more people that earn sensational start, and the more people that promote to certified, the more points you're going to have. Again, this is a very recruiting heavy incentive trip. If you don't want to grow a team, that's on you, but you're not going to earn a trip. And I know that some of you might not think that's fair, but that's just how things are. If you're not selling crazy amounts of money, you're probably not going to earn an incentive trip. Scentsy pays out of pocket for this stuff. So again, if you think about if you were to own a business, are you going to spend thousands and again, these trips, guys, are worth thousands of dollars. Are you going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on team members that aren't doing things that help grow their businesses, that help grow the business as a whole? So keep that in mind. I love you all. It's not saying anything out of malice, but you need to grow a team if you want to earn a trip. And you might already have a team, but Scentsy's like, listen, if you want to grow a really successful business, you need to keep growing your team all the time. You need to keep meeting new customers so that you can keep growing your teams, so that you can keep increasing your paychecks. And in order to do that, we're going to give you an incentive trip to incentivize you to do exactly that. Because here's the thing, guys, when you grow your customer base, you're growing your PRV, you're meeting new people, you're growing your team, you are going to increase your paycheck. I'll tell you right now, I make more money off of my team than I do my personal sales, and I sell over 2,000 PRV every single month. So eventually, you are going to make more money off of your team than your personal sales, and that's how you get those $10,000 paychecks. So in case you need any other incentive to really focus on growing your team, that is part of it, but also you help people. Think about all these people out there who are struggling to make ends meet, who are struggling to pay bills, who are struggling to keep their lights on and keep food in the fridge and take care of their children. These are opportunities that you can help people with. We have Scentsy. It is a gift that can change lives, and you are able to help somebody with this on top of all of the other perks that you get. All right, now let's look at our last part, which is going to be a frontline promotion to lead consultant. Now, if you help a team member promote someone that it does not have to be joined by August 1st. This is anyone on your team right now that is certified or below. They or someone new, if they promote to lead consultant or above during the incentive period, August 1st through January 31st, you are going to get an additional 2,500 points. That's going to be huge. And if you look down here, it's going to show you some point breakdowns of how you can make this happen. Please notice the PRV on these are going to be higher. 1,000 PRV being a minimum, and maybe a couple $2,000 months. And again, this is customizable to you. So you might want to focus a little bit more on sales, or you might want to focus a little bit more on recruiting. You might want to focus on helping more people promote to lead, or your own personal promotions. This is something that I am happy to help you with. So if you need help with your points breakdown, come see me. I will walk you through this. I will help you figure out the numbers. So again, this is just going to show you, here's a person that did this with 1,000 PRV every month. So you can do this. If you even are not someone who wants to sell 2,000 a month, that's okay. You can make this happen, but you're going to need to focus heavier on new recruits, getting them to certified, getting them to lead, being paid at title, and then personal promotions. So there's lots of ways to do this, and you can take your time to do that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and show you. Why isn't that? There we go. Okay. So now you can see my notes tab. So here is one of my friends that I had broken down her incentive points for. So she is someone who is willing to do 2,000 or 2,500 PRV every single month for 6 out of 6 months. She is a superstar consultant that is going to be paid at title every single month. She is going to have that PRV consistency. Again, every single person should be attending World Tour and PRV consistency, because those are points that you should not just give up on, because that 2,000 points can make or break a trip for you. So please, please, please keep that into consideration. But what we started with here is World Tour. Yes, she's attending. 2, yes, she's going to sell 1,000 PRV for at least 5 out of the 6 months. Next up, I asked her, hey, how much PRV are you comfortable pushing yourself to each month? She said she can make 2,500 PRV happen. I said, all right, sister, let's go. Next up, she's a superstar consultant that is consistently paid at title. So she is going to gain a total of 3,000 PRV. And again, if I went over to my track your progress, as a superstar consultant, paid at title is 500 points per month. So if I did 500 points times 6, it gives me 3,000. And then I figured out this is how many non-sponsoring points she's going to get. Again, 1 point per PRV, paid at title consistency points, PRV consistency points, and attending World Tour. I figured out that this is 20,000 points. We know that she needs 33,000 points to earn this. We also know that she needs 5,400 sponsoring points to earn Hawaii or SFR as her incentive. Now, we figured out that let's do 5 new recruits to certified. This is going to give her, again, that first one is 1,000. Once you recruit a second person, that person is 1,500 points. And the third person and beyond are going to be 2,000 points each. Now, let's say that we can get one of these people to Sensational Start Level 1, another person is Sensational Start Level 2, another person is Sensational Start Level 3, and one of these new recruits is going to promote to lead. That is how I figured out the points. It gives her, I'm sorry, that's supposed to say 3,450. 34,500 points total, with 14,500 of those being sponsoring points. Okay, now let's look really quick at what we'll do here. So I have a team member who gave me her numbers and what she was willing to work on. So she said, I started off again by asking her, I said, hey, are you going to be attending World Tour? She said, yes. I said, can you commit to selling 1,000 PRV for at least 5 out of the 6 months? She said, yes. So that's going to give us here that PRV consistency. Now, the next up, I asked her, give me a PRV total that you are comfortable pushing to for good months, and a PRV total that you're comfortable pushing to for really good months. So what we're going to notice here is, so some of this, what we found, just statistically speaking, okay? So we have points that we're going to say for August, points that we're going to say, so she said that she can sell 1,800 PRV for those good months. That's going to be August. Now, A really good month with Scentsy is usually September because that's the first month of our fall winter catalog. And that's when people get really, really excited. She said on those months, she wants to push to 2,500 PRV. All right, so let's call that September. Next up, October is another huge one because that's when we launch our Christmas collection, but also Halloween. People go really nutsy over that. So let's call it another 2,500 PRV for October. We'll call that August PRV, September PRV, and October PRV. Next up is November. November is another very traditionally large month. So let's go ahead. Let's call that another 2,500 PRV. And again, you can adjust this. You might find that some of these months you actually make more. Some of these months you make less. This is just kind of like game plan out there. Now, December can be a slower month because some people stop working over Christmas, or, maybe people are not spending as much money, or maybe you're not working as much, because really you can have a huge month in October. That's just completely up to you. But let's go ahead and call that 1,800 PRV. Okay. Now that's going to be our December PRV. And let's go over to having a baby. Yes, you might have a baby that month, so you might not work as much. And then let's look at January. January, again, sometimes can be a slower month, especially compared to September, October, November. So let's go ahead and call that one another 1,800 PRV. And again, I asked her, I'm like, give me a good month and give me a great month. A number that you can push yourself to, and the number that really pushes you out of that comfort zone. I like to do 3 and 3. That's just me personally. Now let's look at paid at title. So she is currently a lead consultant, and this lead consultant could be paid at title as a lead consultant for 6 out of the 6 months. But we want to work on promotions this month. So we know that she's a lead consultant, and we think that she can be paid at title as a lead consultant in August and September. So if I go over to my workstation and I look at the incentive tab where it shows me paid at title. So paid at title for a lead consultant is 100 points. So if she, let's say 100 points for paid at title, we're going to PAT for August. Let's do 100 points for paid at title September. Now, we're going to say that this consultant is going to promote to star in October. So October, again, is a very big month. So she promotes to star consultant, which is going to give her 2,000 points. So let's go ahead and give that a 2,000 points. Promotion to star. Because she promoted to star, she is also going to be paid at title as a star consultant in September. And to be paid at title as a star consultant is going to give you 300 points. That's 300 points for paid at title star. Okay. And we'll call that September. Let me update these so these say lead. Right. Now let's say that this specific consultant is getting real ambitious. She's really growing her team. She's working hard on promotions. And let's say she promotes up to superstar. Because again, guys, I did it that first year that I was working towards incentive trip. I earned because I promoted to star and also superstar. So that's, again, the more you can promote up, the more you can work on this. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it can happen. This is how we're going to break it down. All right. So she's at star. Now let's say November is a huge month. She's going to get promotion again because she's a badass. Those of you that know me, I swear. So welcome to my life. All right, so that's going to be 3,000 points. And that's a lot of points. Promotion to superstar. And as a superstar consultant, you are going to get 500 for that month for being paid at title. Right. It's hard for me to talk and type at the same time for whatever reason. Superstar October. There we go. All right. So November is another big month. So let's say that this should say October. And this should say November. There we go. All right. Perfect. Now, December, like I said, can sometimes be a slower month. So maybe she only gets paid at title star, and that's okay. So we're going to call that 300 for paid at title star in December. And maybe she's only paid at title again at star for January. And again, this is going to change. This is just a rough outline to give you a game plan. We are going to adjust this every single month for the next 6 months. So this is just kind of a rough outline. And you know what? If we go a little bit lower, expecting things, if we say she's paid a title at a lower rank and have lower points, then we're going to make up for that in another area. So it's going to help us out. So this is now going to tell us how many non-sponsoring points we're going to have. So what I'm going to do really quick is add all of this up in my calculator. So we're going to do 500 plus 1500 plus 1800 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 1800 plus 1800 plus 100 plus 100 plus 2000 plus 300 plus 3000 plus 500 plus 300 plus 300. All right, that's going to give us a total of 21,500 non-sponsoring points. Now, we need to take 33,000 minus 21,500. So again, that's total points needed minus the non-sponsoring points. That means that we need 11,500 points to earn. Okay. Now we are going to make up these 11,500 points in the sponsoring category. Again, this is going to be how many new recruits you're going to need to certify, how many of them are going to earn Sensational Start. We're also going to look at this as if there's any people on your team right now that could potentially promote to certified or could potentially promote to lead. What I'm going to tell you is very realistic. You're probably not going to want to hear it. You do not want to count on your team to promote in order to earn an incentive trip. Been there, done that, blamed people, and it was really only my own fault. Because here's the thing. People might not come through. And it's not on them. It's not up to them to make sure they earn their promotion so that you can earn your trip. You earning your trip is on you. So we want to focus on the things we can control. So if she has someone on her team that is very close to certifying, and this person does actually work their business, and we do actually think they will promote to certified in that time, then we can write the points on here. Now, if that person hasn't sold anything in 6 months, they probably are not going to sell anything in the next 6 months, and they probably will not certify. Again, if you have someone on your team who may promote to lead, but they don't have anyone on their team, they're not showing up for their business, they're not very consistent, you probably cannot count on them to promote to lead in the next 6 months and count on those points. So what we're going to do here is we are going to pretend she has no one in her team that could potentially promote to anything. All right. So we know right here that we need 11,500 points. And if we had 5 new recruits to certify, that's going to give us 1,000 plus 1,500. Nope. Plus 2, 4, 6,000. That is going to give us 8,500 points. 11,500 minus 8,500 means we still need 3,000 points. These 3,000 points could come from these new recruits promoting to certified, promoting to lead or earning Sensational Start levels. So let's say that one of them hits Sensational Start level 1, that's going to give us 500 points. Let's say one of them hits Sensational Start level 2, that's going to give us 1,500 points. Okay. And let's say one of them earns Sensational Start level 3. Now we know that it's harder for someone to hit Sensational Start level 3. So what if instead we change this to 2 new recruits hit Sensational Start level 2? That's going to give us 2,000 points. So this right here, we need 3,000 to go. This is going to give us 2,500 points. That's going to be 500 short. So from here, we can either add in one of these new recruits promoting to lead, or we could increase this to 1,000 and make it 2 new recruits promote to Sensational Start level 1. So this is 4 of your recruits. 4 of the 5, or 2 of them are going to hit Sensational Start level 1. 2 of them are going to hit Sensational Start level 2, and we can get rid of this. Okay? So this is one way to look at it. I personally like to have, I like to plan to have more than enough points, because here's the thing, guys, you're going to have people that you recruit who never certify, or they don't certify in the next 60 or the next 6 months. You're going to have people who you think might hit sensational start levels and then they don't. You might have people who you think would be great leaders and maybe you think they're going to promote to lead and then they don't. It just happens. So this right now is going to give me enough points to get her in there. But I want to make sure she has a little room for cushion. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, we're going to drop this down to one person that hit sensational start level 2. And instead, I want to toss in one team member promotes to lead. Now, this could be someone already on our team. This could be someone that's brand new out of these 5 new recruits. But this is going to give us, so let's add this up. So we've got 1,000 plus 1,500 is 2,500 plus 6,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,500. This is going to give us 13,000 sponsoring points. Oop, that's not what I wanted. I don't know why it's not letting me edit this. There we go. Don't mind my technological not savviness. All right, so that's going to give us 13,000 sponsoring points plus the 21,500 non-sponsoring points she has, which is going to bring us, ironically, to 34,500 points. You only need 33,000 points to earn this trip, but I like to account for a little bit more in case maybe you only recruit 4 people instead of 5. Or maybe you recruit 5 and only 4 of them certify. Or in case you recruit 5 and one of them doesn't promote to lead, or one of them doesn't earn sensational start levels, or maybe you're not paid at title one of these months, or maybe your PRV is lower that month. But if we can account to have a little bit more points than we need, it's going to help you have a little bit of cushion. That's going to help us out a ton. So that is one way to break this down. I already had another leader who had shared with me how she's planning to earn this trip. So she already did the work, so I won't walk you guys all through that one. But what I will do is I will give you guys another one. All right, so not this one. Give me this screen. Okay, and where is it? Window. There we go. Okay. So here you can see how she broke this down. She said for August, she's planning to sell 2,000. September's a big month, so she's going for 2,500. And then she's planning on selling 2,000 for October, November, December, and January. Again, you might have some of these months where you fall a little short and few months where you go a little higher, and that's okay. But she's planning to earn 12,500 points from sales. Now, she's planning on hitting that PRV consistency, which again is 1,000 points for 5 out of the 6 months. That's going to give her 1,500 points. Paid at title. She is planning to be paid at title as a superstar consultant in August, which is going to give her 500 points. She is planning to promote to director in September. Okay, back to director. So she was already director previously. So she is not going to gain promotion points from promoting to director again, but it will increase her paid at title. So she's planning to be paid at title as a director September through January, which are going to give her 1,000 points each, total of 5,500 points. She is planning to attend world tour, which is going to give 500 points. She is then planning to have 6 new recruits. These new recruits are all planning to certify. That is going to provide her with 10,500 points. She is also planning on having one of these team members, whether it's existing or new, promote to lead. That is going to give her 2,500 points. Now, again, this doesn't account for anyone earning sensational starts because you never know. But in the end, she might have 2 people that earn sensational start level 1 or 2, and then she wouldn't need to recruit as many people. Or maybe she would have more leeway when it comes to being paid at title or PRV. So All of this to be said, I just wanted to show you guys some examples of how you can break this down, how it all makes sense, how to figure all of it out. And you have to have the correct amount of sponsoring points in order to earn these trips. So I have known people who have earned the trip as far as points are considered, but they didn't have enough sponsoring points. Therefore, they did not earn the trip. So please be sure that you focus on sponsoring. You get those points in because that has held people back, and I don't want that to happen to you. Again, this is going to be hard. This is probably slightly overwhelming to you, if not very overwhelming. And that's what I'm here for. Shoot me a message, ask me for help. I will do a points breakdown for you and or with you, and we will figure out how to make it happen. You're going to be intimidated. You might say to yourself, I already don't sell 1,000 PRV right now per month, but you can. And what I want you to do, so there's an incredible group called Refresh, Refocus, Reimagine. It is run by Nicole Atnip. It is 31 days of training. She does this twice a year. It is happening right now in August, which means that every single day this month is going to be a training that is in alignment with working your business. And when you work your business, following these trainings, you're going to see trainings on how to increase your sales, how to do certain parties, how to recruit, how to train your new recruits, how to be a good leader. All of these things are going to help you out. So watch these trainings. And what I want you to do is you can watch all the trainings in the whole dang world until your face is blue. But if you're not putting action behind what you learn, it's not going to do anything for you. So figure out where you need to grow in your business. Do you need to increase your sales? Do you need to change how you onboard your new team members? Do you need to help people hit sensational start? Do you need to work with your current team members to help them promote up to lead? Do you need to expand your customer base so that you have more people to buy? Do you need to expand your customer base so you have more people to join? Do you need to figure out how to ask somebody to join? Watch trainings in that group or go to YouTube. There are a plethora of trainings on YouTube. Just type in Scentsy, expanding your customer base, Scentsy, networking, Scentsy, onboarding, Scentsy, sensational start. All of these things, watch a YouTube training. Take notes, put some action behind it. You can make this happen. Come to me when you're feeling down. Come to me when you feel like you're going to quit. Come to me when this is fucking hard and you just want to toss in the towel and you have those limiting beliefs and those crushing doubts and you feel like you can't do a single thing more. Come to me. Lean on me. I've got you. I've got so much belief in myself and in you. I can support the both of us for a second, give you a little pep talk and move you on your way because you can do this. I'm telling you, because I worked towards incentives, my business grew. Because I worked towards incentives, I promoted. Because I worked towards incentives, I became a director. Because I worked towards incentives, I was a paid at title consistently director. And if those of you don't know, that is very hard to do. So because I've worked towards incentives, I have not only gone on these incredible life-changing vacations, but I have built up a successful business that does a lot for myself and for Kevin, which is for our family. But it's done a lot for people who have kids, people who have dreams, people who want more out of life that they cannot get from any other job that they're at right now. So friends, do this. Make this happen. Shoot for those goals. Create a game plan. Do the hard things. Drop the limiting beliefs. Cut out your doubts and make it happen. I know you can. I believe in you. I love you. And again, let me know if you need me. I love you guys.